we have to co-create and also set out different objectives and different end outcomes.
Welcome to ATX Enterprise, taking place today at Singapore Expo. And with me, I have Keith Leong, Chief Customer Officer from Singtel.
Thank you for having me. And yes, I am the Chief Customer Officer for Singtel, running and managing a team that looks after global business for Singtel in the enterprise environment. Yeah.
Awesome. So, there are a lot of topics that we hear today. And we have some interesting insights that we would like to, basically tap your knowledge on. I hope, we can dive in with this.
Sure.
All right. Okay. So earlier today, you were, at a panel and where you spoke about how telcos are using AI and 5G to reshape the business model. Well, in that regards, where do you see AI having the biggest impact? Is it in the customer experience area, service delivery, or network optimization?
I will have to say that in Singtel, we have AI in all different touch points in our engagement. Be it not just with the clients, with the CX, but also in our network and also in our service delivery. And more importantly is also we included AI into our products. And I was talking about Cube earlier, and Cube being a network as a service platform, we now also have AI called algo routing into the Cube platform. And what algo routing does is that it actually allows our clients to actually be using AI to really go into a best optimal so-called route that they will take them at the service level that they want. So it will algo route to the right, just in case if there is a cable cut or maybe there are latency issues. Therefore, using algo route in Cube, you are able to then go to the right service level with the right latency time.
And so that happens automatically, without human intervention, right? So
yes.
It's so-called like a self-optimizing kind of situation. The network continuously optimizes how it, passes the IP packets to the customer.
Of course, on the other hand, we are also using an AI assistant called Shirley, which actually in 6 weeks attended to 70,000 over requests.
Wow.
That is, and that clears quite a fair bit of the work that our customer agents are facing. So they can now do more high-end or maybe more difficult, complex roles that they can do. So our AI assistant, Shirley, also helps in our CX, like what you mentioned. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, last year we discussed Singtel's use of 5G network slicing for nationwide cloud gaming. And cloud gaming, is something that's, we are seeing a lot of traction in cloud gaming because of the digital lifestyles that we have today. So how has that evolved since then? And do you see similar opportunities in other areas, other digital services?
Actually, when we look at cloud gaming, especially when it comes to a network slice, we are trying to learn how a B2B2C, especially when we talk about AI assisted or even for that matter, a network slice for gaming. Because in areas like gaming, not just the download speed is important, but the upload speed is also important. Right? So the upload is also what we are learning to actually tweak our network, especially when it comes to a slice for a gamer. And we are progressing with with Tencent Games, and today we are still working on some of those areas. So it's still work in progress. All right. However, we have learned that, and we are now applying that into physical AI. Meaning that we are now looking at how do we enable network as a service together with network slice for robotics. Physical AI means it's going to be on a robotic dog or humanoid. And that's where the excitement comes. Why? Because it's not just a download speed that is doing, but an upload speed that allows the robot or the humanoid or the robotic engine, even an autonomous vehicle, to communicate to the source. Yes.
So you see this physical AI and then, autonomous vehicles and all that, because you have tested with cloud gaming, you're now applying this to this more interesting areas, high growth areas. We see robotics everywhere. I think sooner or later, there are going to be a lot of robots in our homes, on the streets and so forth. And like what you pointed out, the upload speeds are just as important as download speeds are.
That's right.
Whereas in the past, we concentrated a lot more on download speeds, but now we need both sides,
Yes.
to be equally, there to
Yes,
support
that's right.
these services.
Yes.
Okay.
So in a recent, even now, there is I would say in the Pongo Digital District, we are also working with our partners, our ecosystem partners, to do autonomous vehicles that is flying along. And that is a trial that is happening even as we are speaking. Yeah. And that is with the Pongo Digital District, where there is autonomous vehicles that is going. That is one of the test sites that we are doing with the Singapore government and also with our commercial clients and our ecosystem partners.
Oh, sounds very exciting.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is. It is. Thanks to our collaboration with IMDA together with the government agencies, we are able to monetize some of these areas.
And of course, that's the first step towards this journey, right?
Yes, that's
so
right.
I guess we are talking about enterprise services, and it's not complete if we don't talk about private 5G. Okay, and I know that's a big area that telcos are focusing on. So and it's also a major use case for network slicing. So what's most critical in building tailored 5G solutions that deliver real value for different enterprises and verticals?
I will have to say that, in our process of co-creating with our clients, it's not just about download speed or it's not just about, the speed of latency, but it's also about how do we do that, scaling it up to hit major or other scalable environment. For example, how do we do it mission critically, so to speak, or resiliently, or resiliency must also be put in. So I believe that today, the 5G use case has gone up a little bit more. And not just working with PSA, for example, in their automated port, not just working with the hospitals like at UHS, where we are using surgical planning, using campus-wide 5G, but also into other areas that we are looking at, autonomous vehicle, for example, that are also potentially coming on board in that area. Yeah. So in order to do some of these areas, we have to co-create and also set out different objectives and different end outcome.
Yes.
That matters to the customer or that matters to the client. And jointly, we will then derive and arrive at what the client wants. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a journey that we co-create with our customers.
We build together.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
and
right.
we learn from
Yes.
this experimentation. And once it's mature, you basically can deploy it on a much larger scale.
That's
to
right.
a lot more enterprises
Yes,
out there.
That's right.
All right.
That's how we see the scalability effect will help. Yeah.
Well, Keith, thanks so much for joining us today. These are great insights. And, we wish to see Singtel's, deployments in this area, become bigger. And we would like to, see how that contributes to various areas of life, both in Singapore and globally. I know you guys are a huge player globally in the telecoms and also connectivity space. So all the best.
Thank you. We are still learning. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.